Hi everyone. For this week's Mortgage Minute, I'm going to discuss what I like to call a mortgage myth. And that is that I have to use my local bank where my checking and savings account are to purchase a home. And I call that a mortgage myth because it's not always the case. If you have a great relationship with the bank, the loan officer there, maybe they could have financed your parents or something like that house. Maybe they might have the loan option that works best for you. But every single bank has different loan programs, different loan options, different credit requirements, different money down requirements. And for the most part, from what I've seen, a dedicated mortgage bank normally has the largest portfolio of different loan programs to choose from. They could have maybe a better 20% down program than another local bank, or they could have a no money down loan. Maybe they can do 3.5% down on a fourplex. So it really depends on the customer, and that is what we specialize in. At a dedicated mortgage bank such as Bank of England Mortgage, all we do is mortgages. We've probably ran into the same problem that you're currently having. We've probably dealt with more credit issues than a traditional local bank. And for the most part, it seems like most customers are happier going through just a mortgage bank. But it all depends. Again, there's a lot of great loan officers at the local banks, and there's a lot of great loan officers at dedicated mortgage banks. So what it really comes down to is who you know and who you trust. So a good little tip I have for people is, see who gets your phone calls back the quickest. A lot of banks, you really do get the best customer service when you're pre-qualified, pre-approved, because that's when you still could be fighting a little competition. So it's a good way to see who's going to give you the best service when you're actually through the loan process. And either way, 30 to 60 days after closing, you're going to get a bill in the mail. It doesn't matter what bank you go through, that's how they work. But during the actual process, from applying for a loan all the way up until closing, you want to go with someone who you know, who you trust. Maybe you went to high school with them, maybe you went to college with them. It might be good to check with a dedicated mortgage bank. And yeah, so that was this week's mortgage myth. And then I got a user question this week, and the question was basically, if my parents own land and they wanted to gift it to me, and I wanted to build a house on that land, they asked me what was the best way and what would be the least money down. And it depends on a few different factors because, it matters how much you make for if you can go into a USDA loan or if an FHA loan is the best. But for that type of question, the best thing to do is sit down with whatever mortgage bank you want to use and the landowner and yourself. It's a good idea to get pre-approved before you sit down so you know that you can actually build that home. But then from there, you can sort of figure out when's the best to transfer the title, if you want to do a straight construction loan, if you want to do a one-time close, So that was this week's Mortgage Minute, and I hope to see you next week. And if you have any questions you'd like to see answered live, feel free, send us a message, give us a call. And remember, this weekend, you're sitting at home, you're currently renting an apartment, you can apply for a home loan on your phone, you can apply for a home loan online. You can go to the Facebook or to the iPhone or Android App Store, search BOE Fast App Plattsburgh, or right on our Facebook page you can click Apply Now. It's really easy, it's really secure, and hope you gained some valuable information from this week's Mortgage Minute. And again, if you have any questions you'd like to see answered live on the air, let us know, and we'll see you next Friday live at 3 p.m. and happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody.